we'll start. It's a nice Tuesday night. Finally cleared up, although I hear it might snow. So let's stretch everything out and keep ourselves flowing for the rest of the week, yeah? So all we ask you to do is just shake everything out to start. And please make sure that it's nice and empty around you. And actually, before we start, if everybody could get a sort of a nice, stable, sturdy chair, preferably without armrests, not a folding chair, that would be great, because we'll do some of the stretches on a chair today, just for variation and to see how that works for us, okay? So if you have a chair, that would be super. We're not going to start on the chair because we do need to warm up, but this is a chair in case you didn't know. Anyhow, the chair, it's getting late obviously, but this is a good chair because it has no arm rests and it doesn't fold up. Those are really characteristics of a chair. This is a bad chair because it doesn't have any padding and has sharp edges, which of course I will deal with, but it won't affect you that much. But we're going to start without the chair first, but just have it someplace close by so you don't have to like run up the stairs and get it. If you don't have a chair, it's not the end of the world because you can do everything sitting on the floor. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to do something a little bit different. Okay? All right, so just to start, please just shake your feet out, shake your body out. Good. And I just want you to put your feet in parallel position. I'm going to go a little bit on the diagonal so you can see. And just give me a little heel. Rock, a little heel bounce. It's a very small bounce, it's not a big one. All you're doing is sort of gently making sure that your weight, as you can see, is slightly forward to the balls of your feet. So this is me standing straight up and down. Hopefully my ears are over my shoulders, that are over my hips. You pull your belly up underneath your rib and you drop your shoulder blades and open them out to the side. So this is me standing here. If you rise up, go straight up and down. It is not our normal. A lot of people normally when they stand, they're standing like this. So this means that if you look down, I don't know if you can see it clearly, but my toes are released, my weight is totally in my heels. When people tend to stand like this, the second thing they do is they release their belly, which means they then start to compress their lower back. This will give you a very sore back, yes, and then if you try and do anything from this position, you're in danger of injuring your back, and also it means that you are not ready to move quickly. And again, you know, I think I talked a little bit about, I don't know which class I anyhow, you know, if you are an athlete and you're waiting, you're way out in the outfield and you're waiting, you're sort of, they're not standing like this. Because if that ball starts, the first thing they have to do is move their body forward. So as anybody in any, you know, walk of life, be it karate or other things, you want to be ready and you want to be able to move on your toes. Okay, so this is us. We're just going to move side to side. Again, your body weight slightly forward. Release the knees, pull the belly up, release the shoulders. You're moving side to side, and it's a little bit of this. Yeah, like, okay, I don't know what this is exactly, but you're moving, you're rolling through your feet. Rolling through your feet. The ball of the foot hits the floor first, then it goes to the heel, but your weight stays forward. Yes? Staying forward at all times, keeping moving and moving. Into a little bit of a gentle jog, bringing the feet in, same thing, rolling through, heel to toe, really start to articulate those feet, start breathing, breathe out if you haven't been always breathing, hopefully. But shoulders, pull your belly up, rolling through, really cushioning each step, using your feet, using your knees, pulling the belly up to make your body light on top of those feet. We're just warming up the body because we don't want to stretch heavily when we don't have our bodies a little bit warmer. So we can also call this sort of an active, gentle stretch. Notice we're not doing jumping jacks to start. I don't want you to do any big movements. This is nice, just gently getting the body warm, getting the heart rate up, getting the muscles a little warmer, and good. Keeping on going. Take them a little further apart again. Pushing the floor out with your feet. Bum, 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 bum. Keep breathing. Thinking good thoughts. If you find any music at home that goes along with this, that's fine too. You can sing a song too. Hopefully it's not a happy birthday, because I think that song is sung out. And you keep going, going, going. Bring them together, 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 together. And just for variation, let's go front, front, back, back. Front, front, back, back. Belly up, back, back. Belly up. Other foot. Front, front, back. Front, front, back, back. Front, front, back, back. Front. Make sure you're rolling through. Changing feet. Again. 4 times. Change your feet this time. Hop, 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 hop. Good. And a little bouncing. One more time. Good. Shake your feet out. Okay. Bring your feet together. Begin karate. Circling the ankles. And feel the weight moving around the outside of your feet. Be aware of this. As you're doing this, you're doing gentle weight stretching or weight changes around the outside of the feet, yes? Belly up. In this way, we're warming up the ankles and we're warming up the feet at the same time. Go the other way. Always do things 2 directions because you want to even out one side and the other. And you don't want to the muscles one way, yes? And there we go. Them out. Excellent. Okay. Taking your feet, please. Put them about, I'd say about 2 inches apart. They're slightly pigeon-toed, which makes them kind of parallel. And then I want you just to lift both heels up off the floor. When you do that, pull your belly button under your ribs and lift up. And come back down. And lift up. And come back down. Don't rock back. Be aware that your head should be going up and down on the same vertical line each time. It shouldn't rock back. And coming up and down, and up and down, and up and down, and up and down. 4 more. 1, excuse me, 2, 3, whoops, 4. Stay up there. 1, 2, 3. 1 heel goes down. 1, 2. Change feet. 3, 4. Change feet. 5, 6. Change feet. 7, 8. Change feet. 1. Change feet. 3. Notice in the middle, both heels are up. Up and down. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Belly's lifted. 6, 7. Going through your second toe. Make sure you're not rolling out in those feet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Arms going out, up, down. Stay there. Go in, out, up, down. Again, goes in, out, up, down, and in, out. A little faster, and down. Goes in, out, up, down, in, out, up, down, in, out, up, down, in, out, up. Reverse the arms. 1, 2, 3, down, up, 2, 3. Belly's lifted, down. Try not to let yourself go back and down, up, in, whatever that was, down. Good. Okay, so you should feel a little bit of effort happening in your ankles and your shins when you're doing that, because we're strengthening those muscles as well as stretching them out. So there should be what I call a little bit of a burn. Somebody told me, don't say burn, say gently focus, but that's wrong. There's an actual little burn in this, yes? Okay, shaking them out. Good. Shoulder rolls. Excellent. All right, so I'm going to turn sideways to you so you can see. Please drop your chin on your chest. Take a deep breath in and push back in your sternum, around your shoulders forward. So you're pushing right back in your sternum, going diagonal, right back through your sternum.
Really feel your neck long. We carry a lot of tension in our shoulders, and we really want to try and release that, yes? So this stretch class is for increasing your range of motion, all of those useful things, but also it should be a time that you can actually let some of the tension out and relieve the body. If you release the body, the tension from the body, often that helps with the mind as well, and vice versa, because guess what? They're totally connected. Deep breath in. Breathe out, just roll down 1 or 2 vertebrae more. So now you're hanging off of your lower ribs. Your lower ribs, your belly is still pulled up underneath your rib cage, and you're just hanging there. Everybody check and make sure that your knees are not locked and that the weight is slightly forward on the balls of the feet. Deep breath in. Breathe out, stay there, but just sink it back a little further. Deep breath in. Breathe out, go down a little bit further. So now you're hanging off of your waistline. You're hanging off of your waistline. Your belly button is pressed back against your spine. Your neck is long. Your hands are released. Please make sure they're not here. They're not here. They're totally released and hanging as if you've lost all the energy in your arms and they're just hanging there. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, go down a little bit lower, and if you can, just go down all the way as far as you can. Remember, this is your class and your body. Go down as far as you can. No, you can only go so far. You can't go further than that, but you can work on extending that a little deeper. So now you are hanging over. The backs of your legs are straight, but your knees are not locked. Hanging over, again, the head is released. Remember, try not to lift your head like this. If you do, try and release it. Become aware of whether or not you're carrying tension here. And take your hands up, please, and just hold on to those elbows. Hold on to those elbows. Deep breath in. And breathe out. One more time. Deep breath in. And breathe out. And release the arms down. Bend the knees slightly, and then tuck the pelvis underneath and begin to roll up through the spine. Keep those arms relaxed. Head is relaxed, rolling up. Keep rolling up. Don't get up yet. You're almost there. Coming up, and now you're back in that very first position, and then your shoulders fall into place, and then your head comes up. Right from this position, standing here, I want you to rise up onto your toes, all the way up. Staying here, pull the belly up. Try and think of your inner thighs touching. And then come down. Shake it. Roll the shoulders back. Good. So now, standing again in parallel position or equilateral, your feet a little bit further apart. All I'm going to ask you to do is do one lovely squat. When you do the squat, please take your pelvis back. Those knees should not go in front of those toes. Okay, so when you look down in the middle of your squat, you should still be able to see the tips of your toes. If you don't, you need to not go down so far or stick your tush further out of the back. In this particular movement, your weight is back in your feet because you're sending there. So again, look down. Can you see that your toes are in front of your knees? Yes, your knees are not past them. Your belly is pulled up. Come back up. Second squat, go down. Hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there. Come up. Excellent. So now you know what you're doing. We're going to do this. Down 1. And then you're coming up 2. And you're going down 3. And you're coming up 4. Your shoulder roll, both shoulders, 5. Shoulder roll, 6. Arm circle, 7. Big arm circle, 8. Back to the squat. 1. Tush out. Come up 2. And 3. Come up 4. Shoulder rolls front. Shoulder roll. Shoulder roll. Arm circles front. Arm circles. Arm
circles. Do that again. Down 1, up 2, down 3, up 4, shoulders 5, breathe 6, arms 7, arms 8. Again, down 1, up 2, down 3. Watch those knees. Up 4, shoulder rolls front. 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, a little faster. 2 and up. 2 down 1. 2 and up. 2 shoulders back. 2 shoulders back. 2 circle back. Belly's lifted. Circle back. Last time goes down. 2 and up. 2 pull those bellies up. 2 and down. Shoulder front. Front. 2 and front. 2 arm circles. 2 arm circles. 2. Excellent. Shake them all out. Good. Okay, please go get your chair if you have it, or you can do it standing up, but right now, go get a chair. Never mind, just get a chair. How about that? Okay. So here you are, sitting on your chair. All right, I'm not going to sit in front of Showman because it's hard to see. Is that better? Nope, can't stand it. Got me standing. Okay, here we go. So we're sitting in our chair. Sit on the edge of your chair. Sitting on the edge of your chair. What I want you to do is you're just going to lift your left leg and you're going to place the ankle bone on the thigh right above the knee. Please flex the foot. By flexing the foot, you stabilize all of these muscles around your knee. So this is a stretch that we've done on the floor, but we're going to do it sitting up today. And this helps people who, it might be more difficult to do it on the floor, but it's the same stretch whether you're on the floor or sitting on the chair. So keep anchored, firmly anchored to the chair. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this. You're sitting like this. You can see the spine is very straight. I want you to think about your belly button going forward towards, now notice it's a flat line, not curved. Yes, you are standing up straight, you're pulling. It's that whole thing of pushing your lower back up and forward. So we have our flexed foot to keep from getting any torque in the knee, and we're going up and forward. When you do this, you should feel a stretch right here. Yes, it's on the outside of that hip, so sitting up very tall, stretching forward. Take a deep breath in, breathe out a little bit further forward. This is a place that we don't stretch often when we're in our everyday lives, but the hips are used a lot in all movements as you're walking, running, doing whatever, climbing. So it's good to stretch out these muscles. Yes, take one more, take a deep breath in, and reach forward, and then release yourself down. And coming back up. Good. Okay, I'm going to move face towards you. What I want you to do is take both hands, and I want you to take both hands underneath here. So it's underneath that leg. Keeping that foot flexed, sit up straight. So now we're sitting up straight, holding onto our leg in front of us. So it's the same kind of stretch. This time, I want you to pull that leg close, keeping your body straight, and give yourself just a little slight massage. So you're moving that leg side to side, and you're going to feel that sort of in the same area, but it'll move down a little bit into your glutes, yes? So this is called rock the baby. At least that's what we call it. I'm not sure if it's officially called that, but I think it is. And you're just pulling up tall, holding that as close to your chest as you can, and giving it a little massage. Keep that foot flexed so you're really stabilizing that knee. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, pull a little closer to you, open the shoulders, shoulder blades down to the waist, make sure they're not near your ears, make sure your neck is long, pull your belly up, stretch through, good, and release, good, shake it out. Okay, now you could be doing this on the floor, if you're not on a chair, that's fine too. Do this to our legs. Very nice. Okay, switching over to the other leg. Same thing to start. Make sure that that knee falls open. This foot is flexed. Your ankle is right above your knee on your thigh. You're letting it fall open. You're sitting as tall as you can to start. Pull the belly button up underneath the ribs. Drop your shoulder blades. Keep that foot flexed. Try and keep your weight evenly distributed between both hips. Take a deep breath. Breathe out, stretch up and forward. Up and forward. So you want to keep that lower back as straight as possible. Your spine is extended from the top of your head down to your tailbone. And you're going to find you're going to get a stretch right here on the outside of the hip. And breathe into it. Lengthen. One more time, deep breath in. And one more time, deep breath in. As far forward as you can, try and keep the lower back where it is. Drop the upper body down to the front. And take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Good, and coming up, again, we can face you. Reach through with both hands, underneath, bring it up, sitting as tall as you can. Now, one side is always going to be stretched out more than the other. For me, this is my bad side, yes? So it's a little harder to sit straight up and down. Be aware of that. And again, you're just going to give yourself a gentle rock. You're going to find this goes down into your glutes. Hopefully, you'll find that anyway. So you're working a little bit differently from the muscle that the joint we were just working before. And bring it in, taking a deep breath in. Nice gentle rock. And deep breath in, sitting very tall. Drop those shoulders. Their neck is long. Belly's pulled up under the ribs. And release that leg. Good, shake it up. Okie dokie. So, what I'd like you to do now, again, hopefully you're sitting in your chair. If you're not, you're on the floor, that works too, but it's a little bit, you're gonna have to cross your leg over. Okay, so you have one leg crossed over. A lot of times when we're in everyday life, we have to twist in the torso. And torso twist, I heard, I don't know if it's a fact, but they say that that particular stretch is one that starts to go first. So you want to maintain it at all times, yes? Shoulder checking, in karate, sometimes when you're standing in certain stances, you have a torso twist as well. So, I want you to put your left leg over, crossing over. Take your right hand, open it on the outside. Again, sit very tall. Very tall, very straight. Pull those bellies up, lengthen through your spine. And now I want you to take your left hand and put it around the chair and twist. So I have my left hand hooked, as you can probably see, on the back of my chair, and it's helping me twist the torso, lift tall, relax the shoulder. And by the way, just to remind you, don't push this past where you can actually do it. You are not supposed to be hurting yourself with this. You have to use your judgment to make sure you're not doing it too far. On the other hand, you want to challenge yourself because you want to go a little bit further each time. Drop your shoulders, sit tall, and twist to the back. You are pulling this knee, barring against this knee, to make sure that it does not travel with your upper body. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, twist a little further. And then come back. Good, shake it out. And other side. So again, cross this leg over, opposite arm, bars on the outside. You'll notice my palm is out. I'm actually pushing this side, making sure that my leg doesn't move as I twist. Sit up very tall, drop your shoulders, pull your belly up. Take this arm and reach back, hook it over the back of the chair. Sit tall. Are you sitting tall? Make sure you're not leaning back. Make sure you're not hunched. And turn towards the back. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, twist a little further if you can, but again, use your judgment. Shoulders down, neck long, belly lifted. And come back. Oh, I just had a funny thought. The amount of time, because I'm listening to the clock tick and thinking, okay, we need to hold this for 20 seconds. And I thought, oh, wait a minute. We all know how long 20 seconds is now, right? Okay, feet apart. Perch on the edge of your chair, please. Just take a shoulder roll back. Drop your chin on your chest. And now I want you to just drop straight forward. Please do not fall off your chair. Release your lower back. So this is a nice stretch in the lower back, and we've just been twisting the torso. Take the hands up, wrap them around your head, and just let the weight of the arms pull the torso forward. So a nice gentle stretch. And then roll back up. Good. Coming to sitting. Okay. All right, please stand up. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do is, again, using your trusty chair, please make sure it's a trusty chair. I want you to take one foot and put it on the chair. So you're standing pretty much straight up and down. This is the same thing that we just did in terms of what our spine is doing. You're going to have one leg straight. Please try not to hyperextend your knee, meaning push it down and back. What you're trying to do is lengthen your hip back, then you're taking a flat back here and going forward. So again, your goal is to get your belly button onto your quad. Yes? So reach up and forward, up and forward. This is the mantra for today. Up and forward, shoulder blades reaching towards the waistline, stomach scooped up under the ribs, yes? So up and forward, you're going to start to feel a gentle stretch in your hamstring. Please be careful of your hips. You know, those of you who have hip issues, keep pulling back in that hip if you can. Try and release anything that you think is not safe for yourself. Don't do. Okay, here we go. Up and forward. Deep breath in, reach up and forward a little bit more. So now you feel this stretch, I'm hoping, in your hamstring. Taking the hip back, the heel forward, up and forward a little bit more. And breathe into it. This foot is flexed. So it's a very small movement, and yet I hope you are feeling it in your hamstring. One more time, deep breath in, up and forward. So you go a little bit further forward. Good, and bring it back and shake it out. So that particular exercise targets directly your hamstring, yes? Let's try the other side. Okay, I just switched sides on the chair. I'm not exactly sure that you actually have to do that, but so you have your foot up, you're standing on your leg, send the hip of the working leg, the one you're about to stretch, back, send the energy out the heel. Take a deep breath in, pull the belly up, relax the shoulders. Again, you're trying to get your belly button onto your thigh, or at least at the same place as your thigh is, even if you're not going straight over it. But actually, you could go straight over it. So here we go. And forward you go, straight back. A straight back. You have a straight back. Focus on that. It's going to go into that hamstring. Pull that hip back. Flex that foot. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Take a deep breath in. up and forward as you breathe out. And again, keep breathing. Lengthen through the top of the head, lengthen from the tailbone. Try not to tuck that pelvis. Reaching forward with the belly button. One more time, deep breath in. Breathe out, up and forward. Good, and bring it up, shake it out. Okay, so we worked the hamstrings a little bit. We worked a little bit on the outside of the hip. We worked the feet. So now I'd like you to stand up for me, please, and keep your feet a little further than hip width apart. Do not let your hips move, okay? So what I'm going to ask you to do is take your left hand up. Hold on, just let me move this down. That's a little bit better. Left hand up. You're going to try and keep yourself square to the front. Now, when you do this, please make sure that you don't go backwards as you do it. Go sideways and slightly forward, if anything. All right, your hips are staying still. Reach up. Shoulder blade reaches for the waist. Deep breath in. Up and over to the side. Stretch through. All right, reach with that arm. Really feel your waistline stretching. Make sure you're not going back into your lower back at all. Your shoulders are totally relaxed. Good, and bring that down. Excellent, shake it out. Reaching both arms up. I want you to reach with one hand all the way to the ceiling. You feel the stretch through here. Then switch, reach with the other side. And then switch, reach, and reach, and reach, and reach, and reach, and reach, and reach. Bring your feet together, and reach, whoops, reach, and reach, and reach. Okay, now, drop your chin on your chest, roll down, bend your knees, slide your hands to the floor, slide yourself out, and just move back, excuse me, because of the video. Slide yourself out. Do 2 fabulous push-ups of any kind. 1, 2. Walk yourself back. Bend your knees. Roll all the way up. Let's do the whole thing again. Stretching to the other side. Feet apart. Reach all the way over. Stretch. Shoulder blades relax. Belly lifted, going slightly to the front, if anything, and to the side. Stretch the waist out. Sorry, I let my hips out. Don't let your hips out. Don't let your hips out. And then coming back up, and we reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feet together. 7, 8. 1, stretch the waistline, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep stretching or go down to the floor. 4, 2 push-ups, down, up, down, up. Walk back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do the whole thing again. Are you ready? Reach. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, coming up, 7, 8 reaches, reach 1, 2 feet together, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8 more if you want, or go down, and 2, and 3, and 4, push up, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, walk back 1, keep reaching if you're still reaching, and 4, come 5, and 6 feet apart, 7, other way, hips to the center, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, reach 8, reaching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep reaching or do the push-up, down 1, to 2, 3, to 4, to 5, 6, 7, 8, back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody reach. 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake it out. Okay. All righty. Now I want you to come down to the floor. Please put your chair in front of you and sit on the floor. All right, so you're sitting on the floor and we have our feet apart. Now the chair is not jammed against your legs. All right, I want you to keep the chair ahead of you and away from you. So you're sitting tall. Now it's the same thing. If you have problems sitting with your back straight, please make sure you're sitting on top of something. It could be something that just raises you up maybe 4 inches to 6 inches, you know, or even 2 inches. It depends on your back. Whatever's going to make it so you can actually have a straight back. You all have a straight back. I'm not saying you don't, but it's hard to do it sometimes when you're sitting on the floor. So, you're sitting here on the floor. Your chair is ahead of you. This is for everybody. Sit very tall. Same thing that we just did with one leg on the chair, we're now going to do with 2 legs sitting on the floor. So, straight forward. The chair is here for you to rest your arms on and to focus, so you can focus on your lower back. It will give you a little bit of support so you don't have to use necessarily the torso muscles to hold yourself up. If you can, that's fine. But this gives you a little bit of a target to go towards, so you're thinking up and over as opposed to straight down to the floor. All right, so we're sitting here. We're pressing this lower back forward, not the lower back, excuse me, the pelvis forward. Everything, the spine is in line, yes? And the shoulder blades are reaching down. You should feel this in your groin. It is a groin stretch. Why do we need a groin stretch? Well, it helps, if you're a karateka, it's going to help with your, all of your kicks. Yes, it helps with your kicks, it helps with some of your stances. But in particular, it's good for your yokogeri, or your, it should also be good for your mawashigeri. Yes, or even your kakegeri, probably. All right, so we're looking at the inside of the thighs. For everybody else that doesn't do karate, the thing about being stretched out is it helps you do everything, and this is for everybody, you maybe do karate, come to think of it. And in your daily life, it just increases your range of motion and your range of movement, so you can do everything a little bit bigger, a little bit better, and if something comes up where you actually have to reach this far for some reason, you can do it, and you won't hurt yourself, yeah? Okay, so you should still be sitting in this position. You should still feel that stretch. Everybody, just walk your hands a little bit further forward and push a little bit forward on that lower back. You'll notice by putting your hands on the chair, it doesn't let you sink down. Okay? It shouldn't let you sink down, which is where we don't want to go yet. So we're staying here, trying to relax the shoulders. If you can move those legs back a little bit further each time. It's hard for me to do it with my own muscles, so I use my hands to do it. And now they're open a little wider. Take a deep breath in, everybody. Yes, if Senpai Amelia is here, well, we do have to melt, so let's try melting into this stretch, feeling so light and easy with it. I think everybody can melt as well as everybody else. It just might not feel that way. All right. Take yourself, use your arms, see if you can pull that lower back, and not the lower back, excuse me, that pelvis forward, the entire spine a little bit further forward, up and forward, up and forward. Deep breath in. Now you can take your hands down on the outside of the chair, because that's going to let you lower the body a little bit, yes? So you're lowering the body just a little bit further forward. Now the upper back has sunk a little bit, but hopefully your lower back, or your lower portion of your spine and your pelvis have not slipped back. So we're holding them here. Try and make sure that those feet are either flexed, or if not flexed, at least they're not lying down. Yeah, you want to keep that turn up just a little bit. So here we are. And breathe. Send all of the oxygen down to those muscles that you can feel stretching out. When you exhale, And we do talk about melting, but it means that the tension in the muscles that you're stretching needs to release. So see if you can let them lengthen and release. Good. Now you can push the chair away a little bit further and then walk down. See if you can get your elbows onto the floor. If you can't, then at least put your hands on the floor. You do not have your head dropped yet. You're still thinking up and forward, up and forward. Lengthen. Think about your neck long. Think about your shoulder blades reaching towards the waist. Think about you scooping your belly up under your ribs. Yes, so we're lengthening out. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Now you can walk your hands forward if you can. If you can't, that's fine. Just stay where you are and drop your head. Don't let your lower back, don't let that pelvis slide back. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Deep breath in and walk it back. Woo-hoo. Good. Bring those feet together. Shake them out gently. Gently, 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 gently. Okie doke. All right, sitting here on the floor. You don't have to, your chair's done. All I want you to do is you're going to sit tall, take your arms forward, take a deep breath in, go up and over, curve your back, get your shoulders released to your waist, curve your back. Push your belly button against your spine. Engage those 4 inches of abdominal muscles right below your belly. Take a deep breath in and push your belly in further. And breathe out, push it even further. Deep breath in. And breathe out. And keep doing that. Now listen, when you balance, you think you can't breathe, so you hold your breath so that you can engage your core so you can keep your balance. That is not the way to keep your balance. You should be able to breathe at all times and keep your core firmly engaged. That way you will not pass out when you're doing these things, right? You do not want to hold your breath just to keep your belly engaged. Please pull your belly in and breathe in at the same time. Put your hands up here. This is where your lungs are. And breathe out. Put your hand here. Don't let them go. Breathing out. And in. Breathe it out. And breathe in and go back a little further. Hold it there. Flatten those stomach muscles. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come up 2 inches. Go down 2 inches. Come up 2 inches. Flatten the stomachs. Come down 2 inches. Come up 2 inches. Go down 2 inches. Come up 2 inches. Go down 2 inches. Open the arm. Come up on the diagonal. Go down the diagonal. Come up on the diagonal. Go down. Close the arm. Other side. Up on the diagonal. Down on the diagonal. Up on the diagonal. Down on. Come to the center. Reach all the way up. Flatten that stomach. Sit very tall. Good. Lie down on the floor. Stretch your body out. Stretch out those abs. You just work them kind of hard, I hope. Yes? All right. Good. Now bring your knees into your chest. Lift your head and shoulders up off the floor. Come up to the balance point onto your butt. Excuse me, gotta get past that obi or that belt, whatever. All right, so you're staying here. Right from here, roll over. Onto your hands and knees, tuck your feet underneath. If you can get your heels on the floor, that's great. If you can't, no problem. Just keep your chest as close as you can to your thighs. And then come all the way up to your legs are straight. Take your hands, clasp them behind you, and open them to the back. Holding them there. Stretching out the pectoral muscles. Lift up towards the ceiling with your hands, yes? Lift it up towards the ceiling, then lower them down. So you're really opening up the front of your shoulders. Release the arms, let them float down to the ground. Bend the knees, roll all the way up. Back to the beginning of class. Shake out your body. Okay, now, your core is activated because you just did those sit-ups. What I want you to do is bend both knees. You're going to take your arms all the way up to the ceiling, and you're going to lift your right leg. Lift so you're standing on your non-dominant leg, whichever one is hardest to balance. But I want you to shoot the energy up your back and out your fingertips and down through your feet. Are you ready? Pull your belly up and hold it. Hold it. Now you should be able to breathe here because you're pushing your belly in and you're breathing at the same time. You should be able to stay here for a long time. Coming back down. And same thing, shoot everything up the back to the ceiling. Other foot up. Down through the floor. Don't crawl up to it. Try and just send everything up. Pull your belly up. Come back down. One more time on the first leg. And up. Send it up. Woo-hoo. Where am I going today? And up through the back. Now standing here. Open the arms. Okie doke. Pull those bellies up. Lift the leg up. Turn the hip. Send the foot out. Bring it back in. Put it down. Other side. All the way up. Open the arms. Pull your belly up. Don't let it go. And you can breathe while you're doing this. Lift the leg up. Turn the hip. Send the leg out. Bring it back in. Put it down. One more time. All the way up. Good. Other side. All the way up. One more time. Deep breath in. All the way up. And now hold the breath. Big sigh, drop the arms. Okie dokie. Listen, thank you all for coming here. I hope you've been having a great week. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and let's get through this together. Let's get stretchy. Let's get stretchy. You know what I'm saying. All right. So it's good to see you. Hi. I hope you all have a really lovely time. I hope this stretch helped you, working through different parts of the body with it, trying to apply it in different ways. Remember, do this to your ability, and you can do it anytime during the week at all. Work through different things, try different things, and stay safe, okay? It's good to see you. If you have any thoughts or questions, I'll leave this open. You can type them in, but my problem is I don't see anything, because in the last class, people were typing all kinds of things and I couldn't see anything. So I see that you're watching. How do I make it so that I can see your comments? It's very weird. Hello. I can write a comment, but can I see you? What is that? Nope, not that. Well, sadly, I can't see anything, and I know you're probably all saying stuff, but I will see it once it closes. So, us, everybody, and have a great week. Okay, bye.